Hey guys, Coach Micheal Burt, the Super Coach, every single week coming into your life, live from the Greatness Factory. We're here to do three things, guys. Multiply your life, your money, and your business. And today, have I got a doozy for you because I'm going to show you what I think is the best business in the world to be in, the most lucrative business in the world. You're watching Super Coach, and I'm Coach Micheal Burt. Hey guys, this is Coach Micheal Burt. I am so glad you joined me for Super Coach. I believe a good coach can change your life. I believe a good coach will have conversations with you don't want to have, make you do some things you don't want to do, help you become something you didn't think you could become. You see, you can't see the picture when you're inside the frame. You can't reach your own potential without the help of another person helping you break through those ceilings of success. I'm Coach Micheal Burt, and I'm going to find the kryptonite in your life, and I'm going to do it on this show, Super Coach. Hey guys, Coach Micheal Burt, the Super Coach, every single week coming into your life. A big shout out to all the people who have already toned in on Facebook today. Richard Neese, my man, congratulations on Rookie of the Year. Will Webb, Beth Dreyer, David Ross, Scott Abernathy, Shay Horseman, Ivan Velasquez. Good to see everybody out there in the world. Today we're talking the most lucrative business in the world. You know, I believe the number one question you're going to get asked when you go out into the world, the number one question, once you get past where you're from, where do you live, how's your family, how many kids do you have, you're always going to get asked this question: what do you do? And when you're thinking about what it is you do every single day, what business are you really in? You know, just a few minutes ago, I've been coached by some new folks out of New York City, and what they really do is they help me refine my message. They're stripping down what it is I do. They're getting to the essence of what are people paying for to get from Coach Micheal Burt. What is inside of you? What have you accumulated your entire life? What is your skill set? What is the unique process? What is the unique mindset? What are they taking out of you and putting into them? In essence, what would they exchange money for? What value are you creating? What problem are you solving that they would be willing to exchange their hard-earned money to take it out of you and put it into them? And that's what we got to get to today, guys, is what is the most lucrative business model in the world? What is a business model where you can make a lot of money doing what you love to do every day? How do we multiply it? How do we scale it? And for you, it all starts by asking you this one simple question that I want you to get. If you're getting this on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Podcast Republic, if you're downloading my show every single week in Super Coach, you got to dig in right now and you got to ask this question: what business am I really in? Because when you get down to this, I hear a lot of very vague answers. I'm in the people business. I'm in the relationship business. I'm in the helping business. I'm in this business. See, all of those are commodities. And a commodity is where I believe I can get you anywhere. Why would I pay a premium dollar to get you? What problem for me are you solving? How well can you articulate the one or two or three things that you do? And this is very, very difficult for people. So, for example, you know, we got this very popular monster producer coaching program. And my goal is to get 250 monster producers in there this year. So these guys out of New York City are asking me, what is it that they get? Well, they get systems, process, scale, structure, energy, confidence. What they get is, I'm not coaching real estate agents or mortgage originators or title insurance people. What I'm coaching is mindset. What I'm coaching is confidence. What I'm coaching is energy. What I'm coaching is belief in a bigger future. So to avoid the commoditization trap, which feels like, man, I can get you anywhere, you got to be able to articulate to me what business you are in. So on the way back from Memphis this weekend, we went down to see Garth Brooks. And what business is Garth Brooks really in? He's still singing the same songs he was singing in the late 80s, early 90s. What business is he really in? He's in the business of making you feel a certain way. He's in the business of transferring his energy to you. He's in the business of making you feel better. He's in the business of letting you have fun. He's in the business of entertainment. He's in the business of taking his, country boy concepts from being a bouncer in Oklahoma to being one of the biggest stars in the world, of saying you can do this too. One day you can be a big star. What business is he in? I think he's selling energy. I think he's selling entertainment. I think he's touching people's hearts and souls. So you got to start asking yourself, what business are you in? And so on the way back on that ride, I was with Good Time Tommy Davidson, one of our top real estate agents, and I said, what if I was selling quality of life? Because if I help all the people I coach get to a much better financial place, how does it change their quality of their life? How does it change how much money they make? Which in turn changes what kind of house they live in, what kind of car they drive, what kind of school their kids go to. If I can help get you to a much better place, how does that change everything in your life? How much money you can give to your church? How much money you can give to charity? Where you go on vacations? What kind of hotels you stay in? What if I'm selling a much better quality of life through the ongoing and systematic coaching? And so for you, you got to ask this question: what business are you in? Now, I haven't told you what I think the most lucrative business model is, because a lot of people get up out there, they go out there every single day, and they're pushing and they're shoving and they're making money. There's an exchange of money for value. But you're not asking some of the big questions, like what is my true unique ability in the term of Dan Sullivan? Who would write me the largest check for it? Am I chasing blue gills or chasing blue marlins? What is the relationship, the fundamental relationship between what I've got and who would want it the most? Or here's the question: who would pay me the most for my unique talents out there in the world? So for you, you got to ask, what business are we in? How well do we articulate that business, and who would write us a big check for that business? And it all starts by figuring out one important thing. And that's what I'm going to tell you when we come back in segment number 2. Let me give you some kryptonite. Kryptonite's the one thing holding you back. Kryptonite, a good coach will have conversations with you don't want to have, right? A good coach will make you do some things you don't want to do, right? Scott Abernathy, Shay Horseman, Julie Merriman, John Brubaker. Because if we're trying to get down to the essence of what it is you do every day, the most lucrative business in the world, we got to find the one thing holding you back. And this may be, you really don't know what business. You're not ready. Because you don't know what business you're in, you can't sell a bigger future through a relationship with you. See, I think you're selling creativity, you're selling leadership, you're selling confidence, you're selling direction. You're selling when you build a relationship with me, you're going to be at a much better place in the future than you are right now. When we come back in segment number 2, I'm going to show you the one thing you got to find. To be in the most lucrative business in the world, there's one thing you got to distill and find before you go out and sell it. I'm Coach Micheal Burt. You're watching Super Coach. Come on back in segment number 2. Hey guys, Coach Micheal Burt, the Super Coach. Here's the deal, man. I know you had a coach that yelled and cussed and treated you like you were nobody in the past, but guess what? Coaching doesn't have to be a negative process. I embrace the concept of intense but positive. So if you'll never spend the money to have a coach, if you'll never get in the coaching program, do this for me. Buy this book, coachburt.com/new book. When you do, you get all kinds of free coaching from me. This book can become your coach. So get off the couch, man, and let's go get in the ball game so you can get. Hey guys, Coach Micheal Burt. Welcome on back to Super Coach. If you haven't bought my new book yet, pre-release, that puppy's coming out soon, guys. It's coming out on Amazon. We got to make it a bestseller. And you're going to help me, my friend, because in that book, that's my life's work, 25 years of coaching people. It helps you break through every ceiling you've ever faced in your life, personal, professional. The book can become your coach, but here's what I'm doing. I'm throwing in a bunch of free coaching, man. 7 webinars with me. I'm throwing in access to my Total Growth Academy. I'm throwing in a 66-page ebook. All you got to do is pony up $29.99, and you get a copy of my new book, Everybody Needs a Coach in Life. And let me tell you, one of the concepts I'm going to teach you in that book is how to find the business you're supposed to be in. 67% of people disengage with their work. And you know why? They ain't found the business they're supposed to be in. Most people have commoditized their own self because they don't know what business they're in. They can't articulate what business they're in. So I'm talking to people out there, Robert Beam, John Brubaker, Julie Merriman, Noel, Shay Horseman, Scott Abernathy. I'm talking to all you guys out there. You got to get clarity about what business you're in. So I told you before the break, there's one thing you got to find, guys. You got to find what it is your unique skill set is. You got to create value other people would exchange money for. And you got to ask this question: what business are we really in? So I want you to think of it this way. You've spent your whole life all the hardship, all the struggle, all the coaching, all the education, everything in your past has set you up to do one thing better than anybody in the world. I want you to literally think that you could become the best person in the world at doing this one thing. I know it's hard because I've been going through this process myself. Okay, you take somebody like a Garth Brooks that I saw this weekend. What is his whole life set him up to be? Maybe one of the greatest entertainers in the world. Okay, nobody says, can he sing? Yes. Is he the greatest singer? No, but he's one of the greatest entertainers of the world. So if we were to look back over his whole life, what all unique processes has set him up to be in this business? Okay, then we still haven't told you what business he's in, the most lucrative business. What if we look back at a Nick Saban's life, his whole life, a Bill Belichick? That's why I love the coach's life when you're going back there and you're looking back over their unique past. Why do they think like they think? What's their process that they do? Okay, so what's happened is you have created a unique value, a unique ability, a unique talent, unique skill set, a real genius. And too many people associate genius with IQ. Some of the greatest entertainers are geniuses. Some of the greatest artists are geniuses. Some of the greatest coaches are geniuses. Some of the greatest people out there are real estate agents are geniuses. You don't have to have a high IQ. Who was it that had Muhammad Ali had an IQ of 78. Was he a genius as it related to boxing? Yes. So you've spent your whole life creating a genius over here. And there are people over here who are absolutely dying to have it, okay? There are people over here who would absolutely pay the most amount of money to see it, to experience it. Okay, so you got the value. There's people here that want it. Some people call it the fundamental relationship between what you got and who would pay you the most for it, or who would write you the biggest check for it. And what you're doing is distributing that to those people. But what if you don't really know what business you're in? Take a guy like Scott Abernathy, who's on here today, who's in our coaching program. What business is he really in? He runs a property management company. Is that really the business he's in? Some people say yes, no. What I think he's in is the removing of headache business, the passive income business, the real estate education business. Today I met with my banker, Ronnie Martin, at lunch to work through a real estate deal. Is he just a banker? What business is he really in? He's in the peace of mind business. He's in putting the deals together business. He's in creative problem-solving business. So for you got to step back and ask, what business are we in? Are we really in the coaching business? Are we in the energy business? Are we in the coaching business? Are we in the structure business? Are we in the coaching business? Are we in the confidence business? So you got to start asking this. So what is the most lucrative business in the world? Number one, it starts by you finding that one thing that when you strip it all down, what would people pay the most money? Money only changes hands when problems are solved. Value is created, money is exchanged. Who out there in the world would pay you to solve their problem with your unique talent, your unique skill set? So what is the most lucrative business in the world? Number one, you got to find what it is you got. Number two, you got to find what problem it solves for other people. But the most lucrative business in the world is the business of transformation. And transformation is I come to you one way, and I leave you another way. I come to you confused, and I leave you with clarity. I come to you insecure, and I leave you with confidence. I come to you with low thoughts of value, and I leave you with high thoughts of value. Now, here's the beauty of this. You can do that in the real estate business, the mortgage business. You can do it in the insurance business. Is that I don't know what to do, and somehow you've convinced me that you're the one I need to come to. You may have done it through marketing and advertising. You may have done it through referrals. Today, I had one of the greatest sales calls ever in my life because this girl from West Tennessee called and said, you were highly recommended. I got a coach in my budget. I want to go from 40 deals to 80 deals. Look, they told me you're the person to call through referability. Hey, sign me up. I'm in Monster Producer. I'm ready to go. We ain't got to talk about it any longer. 15 minutes. She's in. See, I had convinced her through my reputational power, through my reputational capital, through coaching other people in West Tennessee that I was the right fit for her. So what business am I in for her? I'm in the business of getting her from 40 deals to 80 deals. So what is the most lucrative business in the world? It is the transformation business. See, when I went to that Garth Brooks concert, at first I sat way up here. And then I moved my seat to way down here. Up here, I couldn't feel his power. I couldn't feel his energy. After the first 5 or 6 minutes, man, I was ready to leave. I was ready to move. I'm like, man, I'm sorry I let you down bringing you to this concert because there's nothing going on. It just seemed like a regular concert. But here was the lesson. Sometimes in life, you got to move your seat. Sometimes you got to get up from the back row and get down to the front row. And when we moved down to the front row, let me tell you what happened. Now we saw transformation. Caught myself crying, caught myself laughing, caught myself feeling a certain way inside as he was talking, as he was exchanging that energy. So Olivia Newton-John used to say this, I play music for them. I give them music and they give me love. What business am I in? I give them my talent and they give me love in return. Because there's different ways we get paid. We get paid in love and money and recognition and referrals. We get paid in money. We get paid in repute. We get paid in affirmation. We get paid in validation. There's a whole lot more ways we get paid than just money. She said, I give them music, which is her talent, and in return, they give me their love. What business are you in? When we come back in the final segment, I'm going to show you for whom would you like to be in the transformation business, because that, my friend, is the most lucrative business in the world, is the transformation business. Let me give you some kryptonite to get you out of this segment. Kryptonite's the one thing holding you back. People want relationship. They want creativity, and they want direction. Here's the kryptonite. They get transaction, they get boredom, they get confusion from dealing with you. You ever done business with somebody, and after you got done doing business with them, you're more confused than when you started? It was hard to do business with them. What people want is they want creativity from you. They want a relationship with you. They want direction from you. They want confidence from you. And when you distribute that to the world, I just got off a coaching call. Man, the guy's confidence is not where it needs to be to sell. I got to get his confidence up, man. You know how I do that? Through teaching him a world-class explanation service, teaching him a selling system, giving him the structures to scale so he goes in there tomorrow with his A game on and can close some deals, guys. We come back, I'm going to ask you for whom? For whom would you like to be in the transformation business for? If transformation is where it's at, who would you like to do it for? That's going to tell us what your target markets are. You're listening to Super Coach, and I'm Coach Micheal Burt. I believe God created coaches for one reason. He knew that we couldn't get there on our own. We couldn't reach our own potential, that we would contract and retreat when it got hard, that we wouldn't hold ourselves accountable. God created coaches to get us to break through that ceiling of complexity. What does God say about your potential? You got to pick up a copy of Everybody Needs a Coach in Life. Pre-release right now. Comes out March 21st. Get all the free gifts that come along with it. Here's the deal. God wants you to expand and multiply. Find out how and to dig into your potential. My new book, Everybody Needs a Coach in Life. CoachBurt.com/new book. Welcome back, Super Coach, live from the Greatness Factory. When are you going to come see me at the Greatness Factory, man? When are you going to step in to your greatness? In the body, in the mind, in the heart, in the spirit. We had an unbelievable monster producer class last week. And, man, we got a lot of people in that program. My goal is 250 people this year. Listen, first one's on me. Come for free. I'm teaching it this Thursday in Cool Springs, next Wednesday in Nashville, Tennessee. We're also opening up Mega Monster for those earning $250,000 and above. Okay, when are you going to show up and get in the ball game, man? Because I can't coach you if you don't get in the game. And today what we're talking about is what business we're in. I got Travis Perouse, shout out with you. Tony Woodall, the big fella. I got Will Webb. Hey, I can come over and transform the office energy. Or sometimes you got to get out of that environment. You got to move your seat. Will Webb, move your seat. Scott Abernathy said, here's what business I'm in, the headache relief business. Advil plus BC powder. I totally agree with that because I love those checks that I get every single month on my long-term real estate through Scott Abernathy. Guys, what business are you in? I'm in the business of transformation. That means I take low thoughts of value and convert them to high thoughts of value. I take insecurity and I turn it into confidence. I take lack of clarity and I turn it into a vision. Okay, I'm in the business of taking somebody from here to there, whether it be 40 deals to 80 deals. I'm not in the real estate business or mortgage business. I'm in the coaching mindset business. I'm into getting you to making a lot more money business. I'm into the quality of life business. I asked my wife the other day, through our relationship and being married, has her quality of life changed? And I said, I can't take all credit for that. She said, well, you should, because us being married has totally changed my life. What kind of house she lives in, what kind of car she drives, what kind of vacation she goes on, what kind of school our daughter goes to. She said, man, it changed my whole life. My quality of life is at a much higher level today than it was before you and I met. Here's the deal. Everybody could do this. I guarantee you, Will Webb, Richard Neese, Will Webb could be is in the quality of life business, changing people's lives. Depending on who you reach up and who you get around, guys, you can play at very small levels or you can play at much higher levels. But who you get around, the exposure, and today I was in a coaching session, me getting coached, and they said, well, your new book, Everybody Needs a Coach in Life. What's the one thing that helps a person break through their ceiling of success? And I said, exposure to bigger think. Exposure to people that think at much higher levels than you. We have people show up on Friday, Monster Producer, and when we says $3.99 a month, you should have seen some of these people run out of here. Try to avoid eye contact with me. But the real player said, sign me up, man. I'm in. I'm ready to go. Because $400 a month ain't nothing. See, your problem, if you have a problem paying $400 a month, we don't even talk about you making $400,000. We don't need to talk about you making $4 million if you can't invest $400 a month in yourself. And so that tells me a lot about a person's think. Okay, you're not thinking at a much bigger level. The lady who called in today from West Tennessee, I said $400 a month. She said, send me the paperwork, coach. Send me the paperwork. I'm ready to go. Okay, so what business is the most lucrative business in the world? I've told you, it's the business of transformation, taking low thoughts to high thoughts. Richard Neese said American dream business. Okay, he's out there selling that American dream business. I'm into taking confusion, hard things, and making them simple business. See, you guys are getting the grand scheme of this. So here's the question. You got to know what it is you got. You got to know who would pay for it. So my third and final point today is this. For whom are you in the transformation business for? Now, here's what I would tell you. All those people out there that do not believe the same things you do. See, the reason we teach explanational service is to lead with what you believe, because what you're trying to do is line up with other people who believe the same things you do. If you believe in pushing and other people believe in resisting, you don't believe the same things. If you believe there's a bigger world out there and they believe they live in a small, tiny world, you don't believe the same things. So here's my question. Who do you want to be in the transformation business for? Who? Who do you want to be in the business of transformation for? Sullivan always called this the opportunity filter. Okay, today we let a customer go, and they got a little bitty thinking. They don't want to play at a much higher level. They want to gripe and moan and complain about everything. I told Takesha, our director of client engagement, don't fit in the filter, man. When we take on people that don't fit in the filter, who won't hustle, who won't push, who won't do what they're taught, and then it don't work for them, they were the wrong person to begin with. And here's how I know that. I get an instinctual feeling about a person. I can tell, look, you're not the real deal, man. You don't push hard enough. You're not even committed to yourself. You don't even believe in your own potential. And so you got to ask this question. Who values me and my contribution? Who appreciates what it is I bring to the table? Who can I have the most impact with? Okay? Who is easy to do business with? Who appreciates? Where is there an exchange of energy? Go back to what I said. The reason Garth Brooks can pay to 25,000 people down at FedEx for him, because those 25,000 people appreciate his skill set. They were willing to pay $200 to see it for a couple of hours. He gave them $200 worth of value, maybe more. They gave him love in return. They gave him energy back in return. Okay, and that's what we're looking for. We're not looking for the people that are going to suck every bit of energy out of us, right, Tony Woodall? He said it once. Some people are drains, man. You're a fountain and they're a drain. So why would you work with those people? You got to make up your mind that you got something very valuable. Okay, it creates something for somebody. Changes their quality of life, changes their energy, changes their confidence, gets them to a much better place. Okay, you are transforming their energy. The reason they're coming to you is because you, like my book says, are a person of interest. That's why they want you. You have articulated to the market, there's nobody out there that's better at doing this than us. We have worked our whole lives to get better for you, right, Travis Peruse? There's nobody out there who can do it like we do it. Why? Because we have become the best at what it is we do. How do we become the best? Through ongoing, systematic, repetitive practice. And when I'm coaching people, the first thing I say is, man, don't worry about getting it perfect. You need quantity. You need tries. You need at-bats. You need to get in the game. You need to get in the deep end first and just go, go, go. And then you get better. You get better. So the last part of this equation is a question you got to ask. Some people call it the opportunity filter. Is for whom would you like to be in the transformation business for? And I know what you're thinking. I'm an insurance agent. I ain't in the transformation business. Yes, you are. Because I don't know what insurance I need. I'm confused. I need clarity. I need energy. I need positive mindset. See, you can be in any business and transfer these things. You can transfer this energy back and forth. So to wrap it up, what is the most lucrative business in the world, guys? What is it? Is it selling energy? Is it selling transformation? Is it selling hope? Is it selling confidence? Is it selling the removal of headaches in your life? Is it selling quality of life? Because here's what I know. If I get my monster producers to their numbers and they make a couple $100,000 more a year, or maybe even a couple more $1 million a year, how does that change their whole life? That transforms them. And that's what business you're in. Let me give you some kryptonite, then I'm going to get you out of here, guys. I believe everybody needs a good coach in life. Everybody needs a good coach in life. Roy Frazier, Richard Neese, Travis Perouse. Good coach will have conversations with you guys, and that's what the kryptonite is about, man. I'm going to push you, challenge you, irk you. I'm going to get you thinking about what it is you got and who wants it. Get out of the business you think you're in. Get in the business of transformation. It's the most lucrative business in the world. You know what a good coach will do for you? A good coach will strip away all of that stuff that you think you do and get crystal clarity and say, this is what it is you really do for people. What if you were doing it for 1 million people? 10 million people? What if you're doing it for 1 billion people? See, I love studying self-made billionaires because they created $1 billion of value. Now think about that. They were able to see something that transformed people's thoughts. $1 billion of value. And that's the business billionaires are in, okay? So for you, I hope you're out there in the world. You've been watching Super Coach. You know, I believe everybody needs a good coach in life. Shout out to Jason Leonard. Can't wait to see you in Mega Monster. Hey, quit being in the little bitty business and get yourself in the big time business. I'm Coach Micheal Burt, live from the Greatness Factory. Get a copy of my book or come see me in Monster Producer. Everybody needs a good coach in life. Thank you for letting me be yours. Hey, I'm talking to you. You've been lazy. You hadn't reached your potential. Everybody around you sees something in you, but you're not getting there. You're not getting it done. You know what you need? You need a good coach. And if you're too cheap to spend the money to get in a real coaching program, the best thing I can give you is my new book, Everybody Needs a Coach in Life. This book can become your coach. This book is 25 years of my best stuff to help you get to a better place in your life. And guess what? I throw in a lot of coaching for free. Go to CoachBurt.com/new book and understand what an intense and positive coach can do for you.